They're like burp hiccups. They're not going away.
No,
Can I have some asshole? No, that's...
Don't.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Night at the Movies. I'm June, and this is Greg, and tonight we watched Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Holy fuck. That like
real.
legitimately scared me.
Do. Welcome to Jurassic World.
So on a scale of whether or not this film was effective, June spent the entire night afraid that she was going to be attacked by a velociraptor.
That's true. It was scary. It was a scary movie. I asked you if it was going to be scary, and you said no.
Well,
Liar.
was the first one scary?
When I was a little kid, I didn't think it was scary. But when I got older, I thought it was scary. Is that weird? When I was little, I just thought it was cool dinosaurs, and when I got older, that kitchen scene. The kitchen scene. Boy, the kitchen scene. So it's still, to this day, one of the scariest scenes in a movie I've ever seen.
One of the first reviews I did on this channel was Jurassic World.
You had two kids, and the two kids were basically boiled down to one character. They were always together, and neither one of them had any special skill set that really came in handy at any point. Other than maybe the genius kid said some shit.
Just for pointing at dinosaurs' names.
Yeah, which... good, I guess. I mean, they could have just as easily had a tablet that, like a Pokédex kind of thing that just said all the dinosaurs' names.
It was bad.
It was bad. It was a bad review.
I remember when you showed me it though, you linked me and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Oh my god.
I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with the show back then. I was still anonymous, so I was like wearing the costume. What I remember is that I really enjoyed the theater experience. I actually saw it in the drive-in, and it was a great drive-in summer movie. Have you ever been in a drive-in before? The drive-in is an amazing experience. You have to try it at least once. What's coming out? Ant-Man. Yeah, we'll watch Ant-Man in the drive-in theater then. It's great. You know, we can just turn on the radio. You can watch a movie.
Stop! Don't put that in. Please don't put that in. You're not putting that in the theater.
No.
Okay, good. Because yes.
For a drive-in summer experience, it was perfect. Just the right amount of nostalgia reminded me of when I was a kid watching the original trilogy in the drive-in.
So, what did you think of Fallen Kingdom?
This movie was some dumb shit.
Really?
I think there may have been a total of 5 minutes accumulated throughout the film where I wasn't wondering what the fuck I was doing in the movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the scene where they're escaping the volcano?
That was one of the
amazing.
worst ones.
Really? I thought this movie was so good.
The scene when they're escaping the volcano and they're in that giant dinosaur stampede
I
and
was on the edge of my
lava's
seat.
coming after them.
I was on the edge of my seat the entire time.
First of all, it was so blatantly clear that it was just a giant CGI soundstage. They didn't even use real smoke.
Listen.
Everything was fake on the screen
Listen.
except for Chris Pratt. Then the T-Rex comes out and saves them the last minute, just like the T-Rex does in every movie. And then they did the classic T-Rex poster shot. The volcano going off in the background.
It was fucking
Dumb
awesome.
shit.
Fucking awesome.
They did that twice in this movie, by the way.
Where the T-Rex saves
The T-Rex saves them again at the end, and then also does another poster shot.
He's a good guy.
It's a girl, by the way.
Oh, they're all girls,
Yes.
right? Yes, that's why they're always like, good girl, and I'm like, why are they
This
all...
series is an allegory for feminism. This is what happens when you let feminism run wild.
Some hot takes here tonight, folks.
So I take it you enjoyed the film.
Yes. The end.
How would you rank this out of the 5 films?
5?
Yeah.
I've only seen the first one ever, the last one, and this one.
Okay, that might have been part of the reason why you like this film is because you never saw Lost World. Jeff Goldblum plays the Jeff Goldblum character that's like, it's chaos and life finds a way, we gotta get rid of them. And that's like the whole overarching story is that The dinosaurs are about to get wiped out by a volcano. They try to save some of them, and then it becomes a big question about whether or not they should keep them alive. Jeff Goldblum says no, because Jeff Goldblum is like the only voice of reason in this series.
No!
Yes.
See, okay, through the whole movie, Greg was like, kill the dinosaurs. The whole fucking movie, this man, this monster of a man, the characters were like talking about leaving the dinosaurs on the island to die. And then the dinosaur rights people were like, no, we're gonna save them. Greg's just like, fucking why? I don't care.
Because that's the point.
Because they're cute.
Listen, there's 5 of these movies now, and the plot is the exact same in all 5. The lesson is that man shouldn't play God, capitalism is bad, and dinosaurs kill us every single time. To drive that point home, Jurassic World, they created a brand new dinosaur called Indominus Rex. In this one, they created another new one called Indoraptor, which is essentially the same thing again, just smaller.
And smarter.
Right. The plot basically follows Lost World. They start on the island, and then in Lost World, they bring only the T-Rex back, and the T-Rex runs amok. This time around, half of the movie's on the island, basically, and then the other half of the movie all takes place in one mansion, and it's like an episode of Scooby-Doo where they're all trying to run away from the ghost.
It is. But it was awesome. It was a good episode of Scooby-Doo. I liked that the dinosaurs were like the good guys for the whole movie. Yeah, they were. And the humans were framed as like super evil. The dinosaurs were being put in cages and tortured.
But
and
again,
being
that was
sold
not
off.
the humans, that was capitalism doing that.
Communist dinosaurs.
The humans are Owen whatever, the redhead girl, and then the kid. The human element always tries to like save them and then run away and you know, not die.
Okay, rich people were the bad guys.
It's always represented by like the military. Same thing happens in Lost World. Again, this is why I hated this movie so much, is it's Lost World again. Humans go to the island with a bunch of military people. The military people don't do what they say they were going to do.
But this time they actually get the dinosaurs like in cages and they're gonna auction them off, and I thought that was a really cool element.
It was a cool idea.
LEC admits it.
It was a cool idea, is what I admit.
Cool movie. It was!
How many can you save?
11 species.
Do you know a funny story about Colin Trevorrow when he made Jurassic World? I think I pointed out in my old review.
Colin Trevorrow basically came out of nowhere with this. He's done like, what, 2 movies? One of which doesn't even have a thumbnail on IMDb. What was the name of the other one?
I can't even.
I know, exactly.
And I think this time around, he's only credited as a writer. The director was
Ron Howard.
J.A. Bayona.
This is why I didn't become a director. I'm like shit at even noticing if something's like except if it's like Superman versus Batman. It's really easy to notice.
We'll focus on the story then, because the direction, I'm just gonna say, was paint by numbers, because it followed the same Jurassic World formula, and even aped directly from Lost World, which was the sequel from the original Jurassic Park. It's not that hard to fuck it up, but that's also a long, long way away from saying that it was even remotely inspiring.
You laughed a few times.
Some of the comedy landed.
No, I mean you laughed.
Oh, because the movie was so bad.
Do we need to say spoilers?
You know what?
It's
Fuck
fucking
it.
Jurassic.
You know, fuck it. Fuck it.
This is just spoilers.
Spoiler alert. This whole review is a spoiler alert.
Because who cares? It's Jurassic
Okay,
Park.
John Hammond is dead, but apparently had this business partner who also looks
him.
exactly the same and carries the cane with the amber thing. And he kept doing this stuff like, oh, you know about me. We both have karma to clean up. It's just like, who the fuck even is this guy? We're 5 movies in. We can't just be introduced to a character who supposedly was involved from the beginning.
He like tried to Mandela affect us. He's like,
really-
oh, you know us. Or Mr. Poopy Butthole us.
There was a sense that, you know, we should be familiar with him. And in a way we are, because he's an archetypal character. But he literally was just injected into the story as a second Richard Hammond.
See, I thought that he was an established character and I was just forgetting who he was. I was like, oh, okay, I guess that guy was in other movies, but I guess not.
No, and then he dies in this movie. And Who
Feel
cares?
nothing.
I didn't care at all.
We feel nothing.
It makes you feel bad for the young girl
Yeah.
who's his granddaughter.
Oh yeah. It's supposed to be the same character.
It's
like,
just John Hammond again.
same guy. Like they couldn't make him look a little different.
At least like don't give him the same
I know.
beard or
He
something.
looked like, I thought they were trying to make it be him. I'm like, wait, didn't he die though?
He did. That lucky bastard. So Chris Pratt and the woman go to the island.
Wait, there's like this whole drama online about how the woman gets paid less than Chris Hemsworth.
Pratt.
We
Hemsworth
just
is
had a
Thor.
fight about this today, how there's so many Chris's.
And then Chris Evans is Captain America, yeah.
Why are they all Chris's? And they all look like vaguely similar.
Generic blonde American
Fucking why?
hero. Oh, by the way, that is Owen's character in this movie.
The woman is saying that like people are like, oh, she doesn't get paid as much as Chris Pratt, and you just proved why. The woman, nobody even knows her name. Like, who is she? She's not an A-lister like Chris Pratt.
No, I know her name. It's Bryce Dallas Howard. She was in The Help. She was the bad guy in The Help. She was the one that was like separate but equal.
She the one that
What
ate the
a
poop?
bit. Yeah, she ate the shit.
That was a good movie.
She's more memorable as the character
Yeah,
who ate shit. They fixed a lot of the problems that they had with her in the last one, where she just refused to take her fucking heels off.
Why the fuck is she still wearing those high heels?
They made it a point to show she was wearing boots at one point. Did you see that? They
She gets her hands dirty. There's even a part where she gets her leg cut up by a dinosaur. She's in the story now. She's not just the, oh my god, get me the operator, oh my god person anymore. Third protagonist is this young girl character who isn't really in most of the movie. She stays in the mansion the whole time. She's Richard Hammond 2.0's granddaughter. That's another part of the paint by numbers with Jurassic Park, is that there has to be a kid character, one or two kids, who are way too smart for their age.
Yeah.
The kid always plays an active role in uncovering the mystery, but what she found out was what we already knew.
There was also this like nerdy, awkward character that kind of pissed me off. Who was like, is that T-Rex? That guy, the comic relief.
It's too hot in here, can we go back in the car? I'm scared of dinosaurs guy.
There's always one of those.
He wasn't great for a character that, again, is like paint by numbers added to the story. He didn't drag it down like...
He annoyed me a lot at first, but then like I warmed up to him a little bit.
But then the other member of their crew,
Feminist.
The feminist-
nasty girl. Nasty woman.
Such a nasty woman.
literally call her a nasty woman. She was fucking annoying, but her story arc is that she's not a bitch at the end.
Yep.
So
That's good.
it's hardly commentary. I mean, I think people want to believe that that's like a political message, having that feminist character. That person exists in our society, and almost every office or every group has one member that's like that.
She was supposed to be gay, and they cut it out, apparently.
Then there's three villains. The first villain that we run into is the leader of the militia. We don't know he's a villain right away, but then literally the very next scene, it turns out he's a villain.
He looks like an evil guy, though.
Plus, like I said, paint by numbers, in every other movie, the military element is always evil because it's an extension of the capitalism.
Jurassic Park and their communist agenda.
Then the second villain, the main villain, the guy who's been entrusted with John Hammond 2.0's vast wealth. He's the one that's pulling all the strings. He's the one using the vast wealth, and he's lying to the old man saying, I'm gonna help you save the dinosaurs. But really what he wants to do is auction them all off. You also find out that he's evil in the first act. The only reveal that you get in the second act is that the Indoraptor exists. Most hilarious part of the movie, though, is when they show how it works. They put a laser pointer at the end of a gun. They point the laser, aka the gun, at what they want the raptor to attack, and then they push a button on the laser, and then the raptor attacks what the laser's pointing at. Why, though, is that better than just pulling the trigger of the gun that it's on? That's 1,000 times faster and more efficient than bringing some giant deadly raptor along with you that could just as easily kill your people?
And remember their plan towards the end?
Blue is the last of her kind.
You'll never capture her.
We thought you might know someone who could help.
I never really understood the decisions made by the characters. They just seemed to be doing things. They would not really let the audience know what their plan was, what their thought process was. All of a sudden, Chris Pratt would just run into a room and he'd fucking one punch like 20 soldiers by himself and they couldn't even get a single shot off before he punched them all. This wasn't even his character in the first movie. He was just like the raptor guy.
Yeah.
And the coolest thing he did was ride a motorcycle through the jungle with 3 or 4 raptors.
His motorcycle was like a 1940s panhead, and it had street tires, and they weren't even on a dirt trail or anything. They were being just right through the thick of the woods.
Yet he had no trouble keeping up with the velociraptors.
Going 40 to 50 miles per hour.
Now, he's fucking Superman, and he can take out an entire room of military-trained people with nothing but his fists. The girl character, the woman, when the raptor was loose and was like killing everybody and it's a Scooby-Doo mansion horror, she picks up the gun and fucking points the laser at Chris
While they're
Pratt.
on a roof.
And Chris Pratt nods, like he knows what she's doing. How? She could have pointed that fucking laser anywhere. She could have pointed it off of the roof onto the ground and had the raptor jump off the roof and kill itself. She points it at Chris Pratt, and he's like, yeah, do it. So she pushes the button, and the raptor goes to attack him and falls through the glass ceiling. They were all of them standing on the glass ceiling. The whole thing could have come down, but it just so happened that it collapsed right where the raptor was. What even was that plan?
While it was happening, you were like, I would have been like, what the fuck, bitch?
I would fucking divorce you on the spot.
That reminds me of when we're in the ring.
Go put it on. Hurry up.
Don't say anything bad about me.
Oh, she's terrible in bed. She's so bad in bed. I don't even think she knows what a wiener is.
A rescue op? What could go wrong?
So I have some questions for you, Greg. What was your favorite dinosaur?
Sir, please take this seriously.
I guess Blue, because Blue is the only dinosaur that acts even remotely human.
Okay, good choice. What about the cute little headbutt dinosaur?
Okay, that was nice.
Okay. What about the baby triceratops?
What do you...
It was fine, I guess.
Sir, and what did you think of the scene where there were baby raptors? What did you think of the baby raptors on a scale of 1 to 10? How cute were they?
A 3?
What?
Okay, fine, a 5. They pass. The whole point of that baby raptor scene, what they were doing was showing Owen training them from birth. It was helping to catch up the audience who hadn't seen the first movie, but also kind of build the character a little bit more with his connection to Blue, because Blue is the only surviving raptor from that group. They point out that not only is Blue like some sort of miracle because she actually shows empathy and intelligence, which wasn't really established in the first movie at all. She didn't show any empathy. She just had a bond with Chris because she thought Chris was the alpha. Apparently, Blue is this hyper-intelligent being that they say right at the beginning of the movie might be the second most intelligent creature on Earth. Fast forward to when we meet the Indoraptor. We've already had this hammered in our head. Blue is the smartest thing ever. Blue is the smartest thing ever. Blue is the smartest thing ever. Oh, and this one is smarter than Blue. Other than it knowing to follow the laser thing, and this one part when it opens a window to the girl's bedroom like a creepy horror movie. Other than those two things, it acts like a completely brainless monster, just trying to smash through anything.
If I may
and things keep
interrupt,
falling on
sir.
it and they keep kicking it and it's just
Sir?
like rah, rah, rah.
Sir, interrupt.
Second most intelligent creature
Sir,
on Earth.
if I may interrupt, it played dead when it got shot with the tranquilizers and then would lift its tail up so the guy would look the other way, remember? He wasn't actually dead, and then when the guy looked the other way, it chomped him. He was smart. Remember he kept opening its eyes?
Okay, so there's 3 things that it did that was smart.
Good movie.
The militia guy, he had this like collection of teeth that he stole from dinosaurs. And he was trying to steal one from the Indoraptor. So he pops a couple tranquilizers in it. And as he's trying to pull it out, the dinosaur opens its eyes and looks right at the audience and lifts his tail like, I'm gonna get this guy. Eats the guy's arm and then kills him. And it wasn't that satisfying a kill. The point that I'm getting at is that with all of this build up to how cool this Indoraptor was, they didn't seem to know what to do with it. The whole third act, they're essentially just trying to get away from this Indoraptor. And they did nothing clever with it. They did the same shit they do in every Jurassic Park. Every Jurassic Park does this thing where you're looking at a bunch of fake dinosaurs and it turns out one of them's real.
You know, eventually people are gonna get bored of just seeing a bunch of guys running away from a dinosaur. That's all this movie is.
At least this time they didn't do T-Rex saves the day at the last minute thing.
Can we just point out the fact that how are these giant ass T-Rexes and stuff sneaking up on people? Like at the end when the villain guy dies, he didn't hear the T-Rex coming. The T-Rex was in front of him too. It's such a like plot hole that they can't hear them sometimes.
Hey Blue, you know me. Come with me. You know you can't stay here.
Where are you on the special effects?
When they first saw the Brachiosaurus, it looked so bad. It looked so fake.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, again, this was aped directly from the first movie. Everyone gets out of the Jeep and the first dinosaur they see is the giant Brachiosaurus. I never thought I'd see one in my whole life. It's even the exact same angle as the first one where it's moving from left to right and it's right in front of them.
But it's terrible and looks like a PS2 game.
Even though the original Jurassic Park movie, the CGI is not aged well, and it hasn't. Don't try to say that it has. It hasn't. That's still the superior movie. So Universal has found out a way to make better looking movies, yet has entirely forgotten how to make movies. We spent a day at Universal Studios Hollywood, and
the vlog is here, watch it. Oh, we don't do that, can't do that anymore.
no, you point there.
The vlog is here,
It's
watch it.
right over there, watch the vlog. It was my last upload on this channel. Assholes, you better watch it. And there's 3 things that Universal is very proud of. There's special effects. They're proud of Minions. $8 billion made us $8 billion. And they're proud of
Ron Howard.
They will not shut the fuck up about Ron Howard for some reason.
On the tour they mentioned Ron Howard like 7 times.
It was a lot of time.
Also, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, directed by Ron Howard. This is The Grinch's Lair.
Everybody loves Ron Howard.
Right here is where Ron Howard lost his virginity to a stagehand.
This is established lore now. Can we talk about the fact that I cried really hard at this movie?
Oh yeah, there was a part when she legitimately bawled her fucking eyes out.
There was like tears rolling down my face. They're leaving the island, the volcano is exploding, and there's this adorable ass like Brontosaurus or something.
It's a Brachiosaurus.
Fucking Brachiosaurus, whatever. I'm looking at the boat going away, and they're looking at the Brachiosaurus, and the volcano's exploding, and the Brachiosaurus is like, "Whoa."
Very slowly, smoke billows up around it. All of a sudden, a nice orange glow comes up behind it, and you see its silhouette, and it's up on 2 legs
dying.
like this.
It's dying. That scene went on way too long. Why do you take me to so many movies where there's dead dinosaurs?
So this little girl character, even though she's basically you need to have a kid character in the movie character, she also was like you. She's basically like I grew up on Jurassic Park, little girl, loves dinosaurs kind of character. Her secondary story is she's trying to figure out who her mom is because her grandfather keeps telling her about her mom, saying that she died in a car crash, but somehow has never seen a photo of her mom. That's weird. A kid would know that that's weird. So when the grandpa isn't looking, she finally steals the photo and finds out that her mom is a dead ringer for her. It's not really played off like a suspicious thing, I guess.
It's just like, oh, they look similar.
Because we were already told that the mom looked exactly like her anyway, so when we see her, it's just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Turns out that this kid is actually a clone of her mother that died in a car crash. So the whole thing with her character should be, the dinosaurs are clones, I'm a clone. That means I care about the dinosaurs because if I exist, they deserve to exist. That's like the last 1 second of the film. She's the one that opens the doors and saves them all. Just letting giant dinosaurs, including a velociraptor,
Just roam California.
and a T-Rex, to just roam California free. So that was a great decision. Even in the end, the red-headed woman who began the film as an activist trying to save the dinosaurs, realizes at the end that it's better to let them all die because it's just dangerous, stupid, and irresponsible for humans to just have these dinosaurs.
But nope, we need another movie.
But then the girl comes along and says, no, there needs to be a part 3, and pushes the door open and says,
dinosaurs just go free
I
into the world.
exist so they can exist. And that's the end of the movie. Really, the point is, don't clone children because they'll fuck everything up.
Yes.
Pack your men up right now.
10 out of 10. No, 8 out of 10.
That's a serious rating?
I thought it was a good summer movie.
I give this one a 4. Wow. I would say it's actually worse than Jurassic Park 3. No.
Can we watch the shitty sequels together?
You know what? We're gonna watch the entire trilogy.
Comment if you would like us to review that.
No, we're going to do it.
Oh.
So your comments are meaningless to me.
No! I read them all.
That's true.
love
She
you
does
all.
read all of them. Who would you recommend this movie for, though?
Me.
I was hinting at this earlier in the review, but I think part of the reason you liked the film was because you hadn't seen Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3. The film series already went in this direction before. All the big studios, Universal, Warner Brothers, everyone except for Disney. Well, you know what, now even Disney's doing it. They're taking these IPs and they're not doing anything with it. They're just remaking the original with all the same themes, all the same elements, all the same characters. It's all paint by numbers.
They're milking nostalgia.
I wouldn't mind spending $30 on 2 movie tickets if they're going to do a new thing with it. But I didn't spend $30 so I could watch Lost World again. Here's the rub, Universal, is Jurassic Park, that's the masterpiece in the series. Stop trying to remake that. Do a new thing. You own the universe, you own the lore. Move the lore forward. Create new characters, new situations,
See, I
new
thought they
themes.
did that though, sort of. I don't know, I thought they did something different, like they had like the military people trying to sell them.
No.
The next one, it implies that they're gonna be roaming around like suburb California, so that's a new thing.
I guess. So maybe the next one will have a new thing. All of the new things they introduced, they did nothing with. Like the girl being a clone. We don't find out she's a clone until right at the end.
It's like the Shyamalan thing, like, ooh.
The twist didn't affect the story at all, other than she just thought the dinosaurs deserved to exist because she deserves to exist. They didn't even try to fucking stop her. I guess if you're just one of those popcorn munching people that like summer blockbusters and you already just love the Jurassic lineup, this one is fine, I guess. It's not at all a new thing. It wasn't a new thing. And I don't want to waste my money on just watching the same movie again. So, I don't recommend it.
I recommend it if you wanted to see a fun blockbuster movie. Maybe just get it when it's on Netflix. But it's worth it just for the baby raptor scenes. They were so cute.
They're too cheesy.
Can I have a baby raptor?
No.
Yes, I can, please.
No. No.
I'll take care of it. I'll feed it.
I'll tell you what, for my birthday, I'm gonna get a bearded dragon. You can touch that.
Close enough. I can touch it.
I don't know if we recorded enough.
It's okay.
That's fine.
This is good for this movie,
Poop.
wasn't it?
It's a poop movie.
It was a good
was
movie.
poop.
It was good.
Don't watch it, it's poop.
Watch it.
Just don't give Universal your money.
Watch it.
Thank you for watching. You guys know the drill. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, please consider supporting Armored Media through Patreon and by buying our merch. The links are in the description.